Hi, Julie Torrens here, and we're going to get started with some watercolor. So I thought I was done with Christmas, but I need some more Christmas tags. So I have this is Paper Fashion, and these are the metallic watercolors. Use what you have. Now I'm just going to set these up here and give them a quick spritz of plain water. I just use a repurposed hair product jar. I've got Danielle Smith watercolors because I want a lot of selection of colors. I'm in a color mood, so I'm just warning you. It looks like, let me touch. There's just a little bit of shine to my paints. I haven't noticed that before. That's probably one of the binders. And I can tell they are really dry. I haven't used these for a little while. Don't know why, just haven't. So I'm giving them a good dose of water, and I'm going to set those here. And then I'm going to be working in my mixed media Strathmore paper. This paper is 11 by 14. I cut some in half, and the reason why I'm using mixed media and not watercolor paper is because I want to be able to do some more things with it, like gluing and cutting. So I wanted it to not be quite so heavy, and also this is just a little bit smoother. I've got some punches. If you don't have punches, don't worry, you can cut it into squares. But I've got a 3-inch circle punch, I have a 2-inch circle punch, and I have a 1-inch circle punch. But there's no reason you couldn't do a 3-inch square, a 2-inch square, rectangles, whatever you want. Use what you have. This is what I have. I've got some paper towels, my watercolor, brushes. So let's get started. These are beginner. This is not going to be difficult at all. I'm going to start out on this sheet with greens and golds. So that's where I want to go with that. I'm going to mist it a little bit. Now, this isn't watercolor paper, so I don't want puddles because I don't want, and even this, I don't know if you can see, there it goes. Even this is buckling it up. Now, if that's going to be an issue for you, or if your paper is doing this or even worse, here's a hint. Turn it over and do the same. Because it's just that the sizing or the paper, and I don't know if you can see, but it's already relaxing. And that will help just make the paper even, both front and back. So it's a little bit misted. I've got my double tub of water here, and I'm just going to grab a big old brush. This is a number 16 round Master's Touch. So I'm going to wet my brush. I'm not even going to blot it, and I'm going to head in to some green. And this one is called Cascade Green, but I plan to use a lot of water and a lot of different greens. And yes, I'm going to go right to the edge. More water. And just get this moving. It'll kind of flatten out as well as it gets more saturated. But I don't want the paper to start pilling, coming apart. I'm going to grab a different green. This one is called Serpentine Green. And I just want a mix of color, greens. Now, don't tell me this is too hard. You can do this. A little bit more water here. I'm going into a third kind of green. And this is called green, and it's like apatite something. It's a granulating green. It's made out of a mineral. I'm going to go ahead and get some more of that Cascade Green going in here. Now, as bright as this may look, it will shift, meaning it will change color as it dries. That's natural for watercolor. That's just part of the nature of it. And I'm just bringing this all the way up to the top. I'm going to get some more down here. Am I making a mess? Yeah, a bit. This is more of that Cascade green. And I realize I may not have this whole board right now in frame, but you'll see. I'm not concerned about the back. I'll just consider whatever is on the back as a bonus. Okay, so the whole thing is, and it's not puddly wet, but it's wet. I'm going to get some more water, no paint, and I'm just going to give it some dots. And those water dots are going to push away color. Can you see it pushing it away, making lighter color dots? Isn't that fun? Now I'm going to go into another green. Let's see. Have I used up all my greens? Kind of. I only have, nope, I got one more. And this one is Tanzanite green. I'm going into the Tanzanite green with a very wet brush, and I'm going to do the same thing like I did with the water. And I'm just going to give it some blots like that. Can you see those? Okay. I want a little bit more towards the top. The closer your brush is as you tap it, the bigger the drops, the higher up your brush is, the smaller the drops. Okay, that looks great to me. Now, in my watercolors, I have this white, but this is not just watercolor paint, it's gouache. So gouache is a type of watercolor. It has the properties of watercolor, but it's very opaque. No sparkle, no shine. But I just want some of that white, and I'm going to give it some dots of white. And they should kind of spread a bit, especially where there's more water, be more dotty. Isn't that fun? Okay. That looks good to me. Now the metallics. It's the holidays, right? So I have two golds. This is kind of an antique gold, and this is kind of a more, I don't know, brilliant gold. I don't know the names that they gave it. I'm going into this more brilliant gold. A lot of water. You need for metallic paints, I don't care what brand you're using, watercolor metallics need more water to constitute themselves. And I'm just going in here. I'm going to start with dots. I don't know if you can see them, but they're there. Some are spreading out, some aren't, because some of the water has kind of accumulated here and there more than other places. But there we go. Okay, now I'm going to go again with just plain water. Blop, blop, blop. And now I'm going to go in to that other gold. Oh, no, I went into the same gold. That's okay. I meant to go in the other gold, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going to give it even more dots and spots. And there. I am liking this very much. I'm going to just get another brush and get as much of this gold off as I can, rather than put it in my wash water. And yep, my desk is getting messy. That's okay. And a watercolor, very easy to clean up. Okay. I like that. Now I've got a piece of wax paper on the side, and I'm just going to pick this up and set it over there. Now let's get a paper towel and some water and just give this a quick wipe. And I'm not even worried if my next sheet of paper is going to be sitting on a little bit of a wet spot. That's okay. I'm just wanting to get the worst of it off right now. See the green? But that's good. Okay, I've got another sheet right here. Now I'm going to do the same in that I'm going to wet this side with a mister. And I'm just misting it. I'll turn it over. And there, see it curling? See that? Isn't that something? It's just like magic, isn't it? Okay, hit this side. Just like that. And there it relaxes. Isn't that just fun? Okay, this time I'm going to use a bigger squarish brush. Yeah, I can go in there. And this is a 1/2 inch. And it's got long bristles. So for this one, I'm going to start out with quinacridone rose. And it's kind of a reddish, but it's towards the purplish kind of colors. And I'm just going to start zigzagging this in. All the way. Top to bottom. Now, some of it is hitting more water than others, so some of it is getting like more blurry, and some of it is keeping the line a little bit more. And I want to work it out to the edges. So I'm going right off the paper in places. Okay. Picking up a different red. Now this red is rhodonite. Rhodonite is a type of a mineral. Daniel Smith uses actual minerals, and so do most professional watercolor makers. They use real pigments, real minerals. So this is named, I'm just getting a little more water on my brush. And here we go with this one. Same way. It's not a whole lot different, but it is different. Okay. Now, I'm going to just rinse and then dry my brush. I'm going to hit this again with some water. Good. I'm going to get a paper towel. Or two. And, okay. I'm going to lift this up. I've got too much stuff in my hands. I'm going to lift this up. If it drips and rolls, I don't care. But I'm just going to put this down here. Things are tipping over. It's all right. See if I can kind of flatten this out again. All right, now I've got some sprays. And I am grabbing this is Peony Blush. I was hoping to find, let's see, this is Bubblegum Pink. All right, let's grab, I'm still grabbing. I can only fit so much on my desk at a time. All right, this is the one. This is Barn Door. It's a little bit warmer, but I'm going to spray this on here. And that's giving it some red cheer, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some water again. And now, if it drips, that would be great. So I'm just going to tip it on its side and get it to drip both ways. okay. I'm liking this. I'm going to leave it wet, and I'm going to go back and get those golds going. Now I used that one real shimmery, more shimmery gold. So this time I'm going to go into the other gold. And again, you have to load this up. It doesn't reconstitute like other watercolors do. I'm just going to keep holding this in my hand, and I'm going to start dragging this gold right through. And yes, I'm getting some red paint in the gold. I don't care. But it's making a beautiful shimmer and shine. Get it way up here at the top. Off to these edges. Isn't that pretty? Does it look festive to you? Okay, I'm going to set down the square brush. I'm grabbing that round brush again. I'm going to be going into, these are shimmery colors. And this one kind of shimmers towards a little bit of blue, but mostly it's shimmer. And I'm, I know boring, but it's the way it is. Drops now. I don't know if you can see that, but they're there. Get some more. Yep, I like that. I rinsed it out, and I'm going to go up here. This is more of a silvery shimmer compared to one that kind of, I don't know, shifts towards a blue. This one just shifts towards a silver. But they really mostly will say in your mind, just shine, glittery. If you can hear noises, they're doing another go around in my neighborhood to shovel snow. We are having inches and inches of snow. I've been snowed in for 2 days, and I'm no different on here today, 3. They're predicting a foot or 18 inches by tomorrow total that we've had over these several days. And I'm just loving it. I am loving it. It's a lot of fun. If you see me on Facebook, which I do have a Facebook page, I've been posting some of the pictures. I'll try to get some up in the community tab on YouTube. I'm still putting the white on, or the shimmer on. Okay, we'll call that done for now. I'm really liking it, and I'm going to go into that white gouache, and I'm going to load this up, and I'm going to give it some more. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Fun. Okay. I just put a little more on my brush. Okay. Rinsing that off. Set my brushes down. Now the green one, I can see it. It's lost its super wet shine. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to set this down where the green one was. And there. And we'll get this gathered up. This was messier because of the spray ink, which those spray inks that I use, those are Diane Reevely, and the one that I used though was a Tim Holtz spray stain barn door. They're water soluble. They're a type of a watercolor dye, but they are pungent and beautiful. Now the Tim Holtz stains, depending on the color, aren't always as punchy, but I think that this barn door is real punchy. Okay, let's bring the green one up to us. What do you think? Can you see the sparkle and shine? I'm trying to give you some different angles on it. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so with this, I'm just going to hit this with the heat gun. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to have to listen to the noise. Tell me what's going on. Today is, I believe, the 18th of November. And as I say, snowing. We have had, like right now, I believe it's snowing about 2 inches an hour. And we have maybe a foot on the ground, I would guess. And I don't think it's even supposed to stop tonight. Hey, can you see that corner that's wanting to curl up? That's just because it's drying faster than the other parts of the paper. Oh, and here comes this end. Ugh. It will relax once it equalizes out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and just work on the back. You can see the moisture from what I'm doing. So I'm just drying off the back as much as the front, and that'll help the paper to relax. Unlike acrylics with watercolor, I don't worry so much about scorching it. You can scorch the paper. And again, with acrylics, I am concerned about just getting a film, but not really getting it dry, and that concerns me. So, with watercolor, when it's dry, it's dry. As long as you don't feel coolness coming off the paper, it's dry. Okay. This looks good. Feels pretty dry. I'm just going to heat up the back again. But you can dry watercolor, no problem. I'm just going to heat up the front again. And this should make it about as flat as I'm going to be able to get it this way. This corner is still trying to lay up. All right. Well done. Okay. So now, here's going to be the challenge. Can I cut this with the 3-inch circle? I had a 3-inch circle that I tried to cut a masterboard, and it just wouldn't do it. And it was it had a scalloped edge. This one is just round, but I would love to get, if I can, 2 circles out of this. So I've opened up the back so that I can really see. Because of the curling, it's given me a bit of an issue, but that's okay. Just be patient and work it in. And okay, here we go. And we did it. Yay. So like I said, I'd like to get 2 of these, of the bigger. I'm going to have to go side by side. And there's 2. Okay, now I'm going to go with the rest of the green with the 2-inch circle. Again, I like to open up the back so that I can really see well. And bring it over as far as I can. And there's 1. Get another one here. Now, if you don't have a punch, get your scissors, get a ruler, measure out some squares or some rectangles, cut them with scissors. Or maybe you have a different shape punch, ovals or rectangles or tag shape, whatever you've got, it's fine. Please don't feel like you have to have something so specific. Okay, I don't know if I can get another one out of there, but let's give it a try. So I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to cut this off. No, I'm not saving that. I know a lot of people would. I just don't have the space. And see if I can get, okay? I think I can. Not sure. Only one way to find out. I can. Ooh, barely. I did it. Yay. And the same one here. I really don't think I can here. It won't go. Okay. This one I am going to say. Okay. So what have we got? We've got these green tag circles. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? All right, let's stack these up. They're good and dry. And let's get the red. Now this one is a bit more shiny than when I brought the green one up, but it will dry fast. Between the furnace being on and all that, let's go. So I know some of you are in spring, which is great. I don't know if you're having spring-like weather yet or if winter is still trying to sneak in. Our autumn, I believe, is gone, but in Michigan, you sincerely never know. You really don't. This is laying nice and flat so far. Can you see the gold and the white and the shimmer? I'll pick it up and show you. Now where I've got particular puddles, I may just dab those up if they don't dry fairly quickly. But things are drying. I'm going to go ahead and work on the back. See, this is all wet down here. And it was dry when I set it down. This mixed media paper is very good. The 400 series I like a lot. They do make a 500 series, but I don't see it very often. Looks like I blotted it on my desk. I don't know if the 500 series of products is something you have to pretty much order, or I don't know how it all works. All right, I'm going to shut this off for a second. I'm going to grab another little piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to blot these wetter areas. Put my hand in one of them. Okay, and if I can pick a little of that up, and back to the dryer. So I made some chili last night, oh boy, and it was delicious and just perfect for a snowy day like we have right now. It was great. So what's your favorite supper? Do you like to put a pot roast on, or maybe you like to have a nice roasted chicken? Maybe you're a vegan. Maybe you have a vegetable casserole that you like to have on a cold day. Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite cold day supper? I do have chicken that I could cook today, but I think I'll save it for tomorrow and just have my leftover chili tonight. I don't mind having the same meal twice. All right, how we doing? Feeling pretty dry, feeling a little bit more wet on this side though. I picked up on some cold in my hand. Flattening out nice. Okay, very good. Okay, so what am I gonna do with this? Well, I'm gonna get out my 1-inch punch and I'm gonna do some punching with it. So let's see what that's gonna look like. Well, they fly. Yay, it's like a celebration. Ooh, that one went on the floor. I'll rescue it. Okay, let's see what we have with this. I'm not throwing that away by any means. But let's turn these around. I know I lost one on the floor. I can see it. I'm going to see if I can grab it quick. Nothing's quick. I'm on carpet so my chair doesn't scooch. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to take my 2 largest green ones and tell me what you think. Aren't those cool? And I'm going to take and get my scissors. Did I put them away? No. And what I need to do, if I can, this will be tricky, but we'll see. If I can cut this with my punch, then will it, I don't know. Let's just try. Stick one in there. Give it a punch. Will it punch? I'm trying. Oh, it won't punch. Well, that's okay. See, what I think I'm going to have to do is hang it off the edge and then just trim it. Like that. And then maybe like that. Wouldn't hurt to have a couple more, huh? Let's get a few more. Off they fly. Okay, that's 3 more. Let's see what that does. Isn't this easy? It really is. Okay, I think we can do this. Now, am I going to keep them in those exact spots? No, I'm just getting an idea. So, I am going to use the art glitter glue because this is a paper that's designed for wet and water and it's going to absorb. So, I'm just going to be gluing them on with a little bit of the art glitter glue. You know, it wasn't that long ago, it wasn't too many videos ago, that I was telling you that I was just kind of feeling like Like I just didn't have inspiration. Well, that has been pushed aside. And I don't know honestly, what is the combination that causes that in my life? I don't know. But now I've got so many ideas and so many things I want to do. I've got a journal in the works, and I want to work on that with you. I've got this project was on my mind that I wanted to do with you. I mean, sometimes it's necessity, sometimes it's inspiration. I have a collage masterboard idea, and that came to me as I was harvesting magazines. And I've already got, because I certainly couldn't go outside and do any sanding today, but I've got enough boards or chipboard or cardboard or whatever you want to call it. I've got enough of those sanded up that I can go ahead and I can work on those with you. So that will be fun. Okay, now I want to get a couple of these not all the way on. So I'm not going to put the art glitter glue all the way. Just going to put it part way, and I'm going to trim it. Yeah, and I think one more over here. You can kind of see the grain of how I wiped the brush, and so I'm trying to kind of change that up a bit. Now, once I trim these, I can still add more if I want to, but I think these are neat. I like them. I like my other ones, and they're very different. There's another video, if you didn't see it, on making gift tags. More of a collage style, not watercolor. Where? Here? Okay, let's give these a trim. Art glitter glue dries pretty fast. I wouldn't say it's completely cured, but it gets pretty dry pretty quick. And I'm just going to trim this and save it. And there. Oh, I think that's just gorgeous. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, please hit the like. If you're new, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I am very much in need of subscribers. So if you would consider subscribing, I would appreciate it so much. All right, what do you think? I think these look fine. I like them a lot. Okay, I'm going to set these aside, let them rest a minute. We've got these. Now I think that this 1 inch is going to be awfully big, but if we just put one like that and then put the hole there, wouldn't that be cool? Let's do something like that. Okay, I'm going to grab the red one again, and let's get 2 more like that. Get the small punch. We'll get 2 more. Oh, that flew on the floor. And that one didn't. Okay. Set that aside. And just have that like that. And like that. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's glue those down. If you don't have art glitter glue, use what glue you have. Any PVA glue honestly would be fine. I go with this because I need the speed. Do you know what I mean? If you need to let things set a little bit longer, that's not a problem. And I don't even think it would be all that much longer, but every second counts on a YouTube video. There are many people who just race through these videos, which, you know, is fine. Whatever is your pleasure, whatever gives you joy. But I know that even I feel sometimes bad doing the dry time with the, which one? There we go. With the heat gun, but I wanted to visit with you, so I didn't shut it off. Okay. I like these very much. I think these are cool gift tags. I'm going to set those aside. And then I'm bringing up another tool. Now this has a little, I'm going to empty it. It has a little compartment where it holds the punches. But this is just your standard hole punch. And I'm just going to do some hole punching. Kind of looks like punchinella, that sequin waist. All right, let's see how many we've got here. Yep, let's get some more. Now, some of you I know have really fancy hole punches, but this one is just from any old stationery store. But I personally like the one that has a little container because it does make it handier to empty it than to have these things go all over. You end up with them in the vacuum cleaner. You end up with them on the bathroom rug. They just end up everywhere. Almost as bad as glitter at times. Okay? And let's see where we can go with this. Still one more in there. All right. So I'm sure you can kind of figure out what I have in mind with this. I don't have a pair of tweezers, but let's just work it out. Now I'm just going to make dots. Dot, 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 dot. And I know I'm licking my finger. Sorry. And just put these on. You may even have a little tool of some kind that you like to use for this type of a thing. Use what you have. Use what you have. That one just doesn't, there we go. Some of these just don't look real glued down, but let's get them glued down. Isn't this fun? I'm having fun. Okay, I like that. I think it could use a couple more. One here, one here, one here, one here. Doesn't take much glue. But again, I personally wouldn't try to do this with a glue stick. I think that would be impossible. Well, I know it would be impossible for me. Maybe you have a lot more dexterity when it comes to that. Ta-da! I think that looks festive and fun. Okay, couple more. This one really came out pretty, didn't it? I'll try to go as fast as I can. Don't put a timer on me. Whoops. Now remember, these are gift tags. These are not designed to be archival. I don't imagine anyone is going to put these in a frame or hang them on the wall. So you don't have to fret about all those kinds of things. Just have fun. See if I have enough for this one. If I don't, I know where to get more. And even these tiny circles, you can see the different levels and layers of paint and color that we used. Up, up, stop. Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah. Let's get some more because we're going to need more. I've got one more circle here. So let's get some more. It was handier this way. Now, if I wasn't doing a video, I would definitely be more careful where I'm punching, you know, trying to get the most out of what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to go a little bit fast before you all slip into a coma. I can see that this art glitter glue is already drying, but it's still got enough life in it that I could stick those on. Okay, one more. Alrighty, I'm gonna clean off the top of this now. Close her up. So, are you still working on maybe some, if you're in the US, on some Thanksgiving projects? You know, if you're making like place cards and stuff, yeah, it takes time. It really does. I saw as I was harvesting some of the magazines that I had from my daughter-in-law, there were, you know, different Thanksgiving table settings. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But again, you need to start that project in advance because it is definitely a project, these projects that they take time. Worth it. Not saying it's not worth it. It's absolutely worth it. But just takes time. And most people, I think, appreciate it. I really do think so. Okay. We got 4 like this. Now, I'm just giving them all a little press. And let's get the hole punched in that you're going to be able to put a ribbon or something through. And I'm not punching on top of those holes that I already have on there. There's no sense in it. Plenty of room otherwise. All right. And now these I know are secure enough. And we'll just, yeah, that's a tough one. But I put it at the top. Do you remember those sequences that look like this, where the hole was not in the center, but it was at the top like that? And your mother would knit or crochet and have those dangling from your winter hat. I'd love a hat like that. I'd wear it. I'd wear it to church. I'd wear it everywhere. I think they're fantastic. But then, you know, when you're kind of artsy, you kind of do stuff like that. Okay, so look, we've got 4 like this. I'm sorry my table was messy, but we didn't start out that way. Let's see, 4 like this. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And then we've got these 2 big guys. And let's give that a punch. Flop it around. And give it a punch here. And look, aren't they cute? Do you love them? All right, grab your Sharpie. And all these need, and I'll just do a couple, to, from. Just like that. I don't think they need any more. I am not going to be working on the edges of these. I think they're fine. And you say these are awful big? Well, two ways to look at it. This one needs a little trim. You can put a ridiculously big tag on a small present. I think it looks fun. You could even use it instead of a bow. Wouldn't that be fun? But, you know, people are giving away, as I say, you know, if with your kids, you may have some bicycles or, you know, other big things. Maybe you've got a toolbox, one of those big rolling red toolboxes for your husband. Well, you know, you want a little something bigger for that. And that's the way a little one will look. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you're new, consider subscribing. It helps me so much. I'm trying to grow as a channel. And I hope that you find these fun and helpful, something that you can do this year. In the meantime, I'm going to be looking for you in the next video. Bye now.